Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat, and we share our opinions with that news. I'm your host, Chuck, and I got the illustrious co-host, Johnny Randy
You about to call me
Randolph.
lovely?
I said illustrious.
It was like you about to say, and the lovely illustrious.
No, and I was going to say illustrious.
Okay, all
You
right.
want to be called lovely. I get it. You want to be called you lovely, Randy.
Did you
lovely.
trying to
You
call me
lovely.
lovely?
You
No,
lovely,
I'm not
Randy.
lovely.
Randy, you lovely.
But yo, what's up, GeekBeast? Chuck, what are we talking about tonight, sir?
Amazon's Fallout series gives first look at Power Armor and the Ghoul. Prime's Video's Fallout series has been giving us our first glimpse at its post-apocalyptic world in new photos and show released on Tuesday. We get a look at the Power Armor, a new vault, and some of the series' main characters, i.e. the Ghoul. So are you familiar with Fallout?
I am not.
So I own 3 Fallout games. I haven't gotten anywhere longer than 15, 20 minutes in a Fallout game. Fallout games are open world games.
Because you don't like them, or it's just fun?
I just don't know what to do. I need direction. So Fallout, you start in the vault usually. Fallout 3, that's where you start. That's my first Fallout game. You start off in the vault. You do the vault, you kill some roaches, kill some rodents, I think it's just roaches, and you get out the vault, and you don't know what to do next. You just go. You can walk anywhere, go anywhere you want to go, and you talk to people on the way. So I went to this place called Megatown,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a nuclear bomb in the middle of Megatown. Didn't think nothing of it. So I go around and talk to like at least 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
I got a whole list of missions from them, right? And I was like, hey, there's a button here. It's the button, blow up Megatown. And I didn't think it was gonna blow up Megatown with the Megaton bomb, but I pressed the button. Had to get out and blew up the town. All those
Killing,
missions disappeared.
killing you.
No, it didn't kill me. Killed all the people though.
So let's remember. Like, Rodney, have you played? Is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I bought Go ahead, go around.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
enough of it.
They do. They do.
Oh,
They're not hurting.
not at all. When you
Mm-hmm. Bunkers, vaults. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
okay, I was just curious. I've never
Yeah.
played it.
They do. They have radiation creatures and humans that are radiated and wild creatures, people feral creatures out in the wild that never got into the vaults. You become a character that gets powered up. You have a device called the Pep Boy. You put on your wrist, and it's like a feels like a 50s uh future tech design in the 50s. And it's just interesting, right? Because I literally go into this world and they say, do whatever you want to do. And the whole idea is to become basically a super soldier that's undefeatable. So you start walking around just blowing up and killing shit
Hmm.
eventually, but it time to get there. It's Grand Theft Auto, but Grand Theft Auto has a narrative built in straight
Post-apocalyptic
line
Grand
there.
Theft Auto.
It's kind of like that, but it's more open world. Grand Theft Auto has a narrative. Like there's a story in Grand Theft Auto. There's not much of a story. There's light story beats. Mm-hmm. Yes. Can't hear you riding on the stream, apparently.
Oh, they can't. Yeah, apparently they
Yeah, the
can't hear
funk
you.
says you can't hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
But
so
yeah, so it's open world game and you can basically do whatever. And there's like light story beats based on the missions you get and the things you do, but there's no overarching story. There
okay.
is, you become a badass. But outside of that, it's like go anywhere, meet anybody you want, things just happen. And I need more direction in my games. I like direction in my games. I like being told where I need to go. Cause
Man,
I end up doing shit that doesn't matter, like collecting flowers or something, and I'll be stuck in that loop all day long and forget what my mission was
and
initially.
Fallout doesn't provide that for you.
No, they don't provide direction. I prefer
Yeah.
direction in my
So hopefully,
games.
yeah, I think I got it figured out. I was in a different scene, but yeah, I was gonna say yeah. So it's like Skyrim, a lot of just open world games.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the new Avatar game that Travis worked on is open world too,
It
right?
is. It's an MMO. It's a
Yeah.
massive multiplayer online game, but I think they brought it down to a single player experience now.
Yeah, so you
I
got
think
like you
so.
know, and it's really interesting because those games are and like Red Dead Redemption is
Yeah,
also that. Grand Theft Auto is mostly open world. You know, you have people playing Grand Theft Auto role playing. There's like role playing series servers where a lot of the big time streamers are there, like full on. Like
yeah,
they have a huge
yeah,
community following these streamers playing these role playing Grand Theft Auto servers, and it's like they have a huge, huge fun. And like I said, Skyrim. People are playing Skyrim for like years. Ever since it's still, it's like one of the oldest games. So they were hoping that Starfield would have that same sort of
yeah,
life, but like it just came out like not even a few months ago, and it's already kind of like dead. You know.
yeah, yeah.
So
Starfield is similarly open world. It's open world to an extent. It's
yeah,
not. They thought it was gonna be like Skyrim. You go anywhere, do anything you
yeah,
want to do, and that
yeah.
means you can go to the big bad.
Like
You
No
can
Man's
walk right up to the
Sky
big
was like
bad in the
that,
very
right?
beginning. He'll kill you,
Yeah, No Man's
but you
Sky
can.
was like that, where like they
Yeah,
advertise, and I've always wanted to try it out, but they always had problems at the beginning because it just sounded fascinating to me. Like No Man's Sky
yeah,
was basically it procedurally generated new worlds, so there was like all kinds of there's just like thousands upon thousands of worlds that you could visit, and it's a
yeah,
sci-fi setting, and you could resource, all that stuff. But like, there is a huge people just go out and like collect shit. You
yeah,
know, they collect stuff, they build up their little home and all this stuff. And like, I mean, WoW is like an MMO, so you're playing with other people. You're trying to like gear, and you're always
yeah.
just
But
progression.
WoW has
But
a
like,
kind of a narrative. It's more
there's
directed.
a narrative. There's a
Yeah,
storyline that you follow. But like,
yeah,
one of the things I always thought that WoW should do, and they kind of did it in some of the expansions, but like, if they ever got to a point where like you actually built your own home, and like, you know, stuff like that, or like built your own castle,
hmm
like
Mhm.
you'd have so many people playing.
That's Starfield. Like Starfield, you collect
Yeah,
everything. You pick up staplers and paper and starships. You pick up everything and get weighted down. It's interesting. It's the open world games are very interesting. Some people love them. Like Natty loves open world games.
Mhm.
He's good. He's good at all games though. He's the guy that says, "Oh, that game's 10,000 hours. Great. I'm going to give it 10,000 hours." And in like
Jesus.
2 weeks, he's done. Like RPGs are usually closed. Persona 5 is a nice size RPG. It's like 160 hours, I think, total. He's beat it, all 160 hours of it. Then when they released an updated version of it, he bought that and beat it again.
Mm.
And he beat it another time to get the alternative ending to that one. So, but he's the person that he played Skyrim, beat it, played Fallout, beat all their games.
Mhm.
He plays Grand Theft Auto to this day. That game's been around for like since 2008.
Yeah, it's been around for a minute.
2008, he's still playing it.
But that version, like, because they've
They
had
have an online, they have an online world, and you go in and play.
okay,
He has a bunch of cars in his garage and everything. He just plays it, goes and plays with some people that always play.
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah,
like Call of Duty.
yeah, it's kind
And
of
but some people love that stuff. For
yes.
me, I like to know you go, you get armored up and you go beat that boss. And I know that boss is waiting for me. I don't like walking into dungeons and stuff and bam, there's a boss here and I can't escape.
Okay. So, well, it looks like they're coming out. Is it Is it going to be a movie or a television show?
That is a good question. Let me see what the article says.
it's a TV series.
TV
TV
series.
series.
TV series.
Okay.
It makes sense for it to be a TV
Yeah, yeah,
series.
it's a TV
And it's
series.
set to release on April 12th,
Okay.
2024.
20,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna release April 12th. I hope they do better than they did with Halo.
Hey, I guess I'll watch.
Um,
That's a few days before the birthday, so you know.
yep. And on top of that, Lionsgate is working on a Naruto movie. That's going to be fascinating.
Yeah,
'Cause there's
man.
a lot of love around
Yeah, I say you
Naruto.
can't half step with this, right? You're either all in or nothing.
Yeah. And in the Variety Roundup, a notable screenwriter is in 2023. Writer Tasha Huyo, who's credited includes show running Netflix's animated series Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft, is serving as executive producer on Amazon's Mighty Nine adaptation was reported to be working on Naruto adaptation.
Hmm.
Now, what I say that American film companies should do, they should always bring the manga creator on board
Mm-hmm.
for as an advisor or as a co-writer. And if you don't, you fail. You instantly
And,
fail.
and I do hear what you're saying, and I do agree. It just maybe some studios don't want that because they might change it. And the only reason I'm bringing that up because I know for Avatar: The Last Airbender, right, the creator left.
The TV show, they brought them back as advisors.
No, they left again.
They left, but they brought them back again as advisors.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
thought you said
advising.
they had
They're
left
advising the show.
because they were advising the show, and then they weren't writing it; they were advising it, and then
Yes,
they left.
they left, and now I hear they're back.
Okay, we'll
They
see.
realize you need those guys. You need them,
No, I absolutely agree.
and
But
it makes sense why they let them go too, because the guy was working on Dragon Knight. That's his cartoon. One of the guys, and they didn't need them for anything else. They already completed the story. So why do we have the guys here? We're paying them just to be here at this point, and then they brought them back again to close it.
yeah, I guess I didn't see that they bought them
Yeah,
back. I seen they
it's not
left
public news.
because in the
It's
big
not
curtain.
public.
Because
It's not public.
yeah, because I know Nickelodeon still owns the rights to the Last Airbender
They do.
universe. They just don't own that story.
That story. Yeah. 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 So the creators are working on different animated properties as well
Okay.
for Netflix.
So yeah, and we know like we can.
That's why we had a new season of Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and I hope it. No, I hope it works. We just know that there are times that studios don't respect source content nor the source content creators, and you
Mhm.
know, I feel
What
like
I
go
what
ahead.
I've heard is they sped up Avatar. They just sped it up.
And I wasn't even talking about Naruto. I was back to Naruto
Yeah.
now. I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
don't always respect the creators and the source material. So I think it would behoove them to bring in, the writers of the manga, but you know how that goes sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll
I
see.
mean, did Lionsgate did last Avatar the Last Airbender
Sure.
uh movie?
I don't know. Let's see. Let us
I can
know.
check right now. I can check right now.
Yeah.
Checking right now. So I think they may have.
Didn't even talk about that. Like the movie. The movie should
What's
never
up?
be spoken of. It just
It exists.
it
It
doesn't exist.
exists. It
You should make
exists.
it not exist.
What's up?
You should make it not exist.
Oh, I wish we could do that. We can't do that, unfortunately.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
where it's not around.
I'm not sure, but hopefully they bring in some advisors. Like Naruto's a really beloved property, and it's so big that they can actually do it wrong and actually not be watched. Now, it's gonna be hard to do a movie unless you take a movie
We'll see.
already and convert it to live action, and then you're assuming everybody knows who Naruto is.
Nope. And a lot of people probably now it has this built-in fan base, but a lot of people may
Don't
not.
know who Naruto is. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't. It is Masashi Kizimoto created Naruto, and hopefully it brings Naruto in to actually
Okay.
talk about it.
Okay.
Looney Tunes won't be be yanked from Max after all. So, Max has pulled a lot of stuff off their platform or buried a lot of things behind all the reality shows they had and all the HGTV shows.
Mhm.
And they were going to pull Looney Tunes off a bunch of episodes. But a few hours later, the company announced that Looney Tunes' inclusion on the list of Max removals was apparently an error. In a revision version of the email sent on Monday at 9:43 p.m., Warner Brothers Discovery said that Looney Tunes was included in an error as a title leaving the platform. This is not the case, and the show will continue streaming on Max.
So, from my understanding, the reason that Max pulled a lot of its content was because it had to pay a lot of the creators and things like
Yes,
that.
get
But
the pay.
Looney Tunes, I would imagine most of those rights have expired and they probably don't have to pay anybody.
Probably they probably own it outright.
Yeah.
A lot of
So,
people
I would
probably
imagine
did
maybe
too.
that was a contributing factor to why they decided
Yep.
to change some of those cartoons.
Or
Because
they
we
probably
know Max makes a lot of decisions based off finances.
yep. Or they realized that there was no buyers for that content
That could
in
be
the
true too.
streaming world, and they're like, well, we'll keep it since
Yeah,
nobody's gonna
that could be
buy it.
true too. Because
Um,
I don't care that much for them. I
no,
mean, some
no,
people care,
and they
but
have questionable content.
you know,
They
they
do
do.
have some, they have a
They do.
lot of questionable
Yeah,
episodes.
they use
They
words
they
now that cartoons can't use.
and they had like whole entire racist segments in them, so they
Yeah,
can't use them.
racist segment,
Like
homophobic segments, like all kinds of
the
things.
Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny, Yo
Yeah,
Master, you master, your master, the
or
whole
either
slave
like they
segment.
call them like the S word, right? You can't. You can't do that.
The S word?
Yeah,
What's the S word?
it's a homophobic slur.
Oh, I,
I'm not saying it.
okay.
It starts with an S and an I.
Oh, okay.
Like
But that's not worse when they have whole entire
I, I didn't say it was
black
worse.
face. Yeah, they do
I didn't
have
say
it.
it
Yeah.
was worse. I
Yeah,
said
it's
it's a
questionable. Yeah.
part of the
Yeah,
narrative.
it is. It is. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of networks like
It's
I'm
like
not touching that.
you a boy, you play with a ball, you don't play baseball. What is you, a S?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you said, you add that with the racist content and all of those things like that. Yeah. Yeah. We don't
Yeah.
we don't necessarily need Bugs Bunny.
No, we don't. We don't. Um so in more actually detrimental news. It's sad. Unity is terminating its agreement with Peter Jackson's former VFX studio, laying off 265 employees in the process. Uni has scrapped a large part of the agreement with Weta Digital, which it acquired for $1.6 billion back in 2021. 265 employees, just 10 shy of 275 engineers Unity acquired back then will lose their jobs. Unity is also closing 14 offices. This is not a good sign all the way around. Weta Effects Web of FX itself offers plenty of tools via Unity, though it's focusing mainly on 3D animation and film. Fortunately, Web of FX issued a statement to FX Guide saying it'll try to rehire its former talent. WebFX will be extending offers to as many of the team as possible as it looks to expand its research, development, and support functions. Unity will retain ownership of the technology it acquired from Weta in December 2021 and will be evaluating the best way to enhance its offering with it over time. The technology will also remain fully available to WetaFX, and WetaFX will continue to build and extend the IP and develop its own tools and techniques to continue its evolution as leader in visual effects. There's a sort of silver lining in this round of layoffs, though. Unity renewed approach to remote working. It will no longer mandate a 3 days of office, week of office schedule, for example.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
But they
man, I hope they're able to hire a lot of those people back. I want to hear
but
about anybody
FX,
losing their
yeah.
jobs.
We'll see. Weta Digital, that's sad.
Yeah.
Because Weta Digital, they are the premier visual Weta Effects is the premier digital effects
Mhm.
company, and Weta Digital was supposed to help bring unity in the graphical age of Unreal,
Mm.
and this lets us know that's not happening anytime soon. Or maybe they're there and they don't need those people, but Unity has not made that announcement. Maybe we'll get that at the video game awards if that is true, that they'll make that announcement.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully they figure it out, man.
This is also kind of like fallout from the CEO fucking up too, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So
This is
it's
probably
like
this is why he probably wanted to charge so he can keep them. But
he's
hey,
trying to look at more revenue, trying to figure out how to do things, and so yeah. So this is
yeah,
all just like all related to that shit.
yeah,
'Cause we talked about this a few months ago, didn't we?
yeah. We
Yeah,
did talk
he
about it.
came out
Yeah,
and he did that big ass like he was going to charge all these indie
he's gonna charge. He's
developers,
gonna charge
and
the
people were
indie
like,
developers. Yeah,
people were like, no way,
for every
that's
download.
and
Yeah,
he had to like retract it, but you know,
and then they fired him.
yeah. So
He got a nice golden parachute for like 33 million.
This is you know using our term from earlier. This is a fallout from that.
It's so funny. He got 33 million, and
Yeah,
265 people lost their jobs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Overall, it's like more like 275 from Unity lost their jobs than 265 from Weta lost their jobs because of this one dude. So over 500 people, 565 people. Yep,
It's
that's what
unfortunate.
happens. It
Yeah.
is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hopefully, WetFX is able to hire them back.
Yep.
Maybe they're working on the Hobbit season 2, the Rings of Power season
Rings
2.
of Power. Because
Yeah,
it's
Rings
not
of Power season 2.
Rings of Power. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe, hopefully. You know, because as we said earlier, Amazon does like to spend money.
they do. I guess that'd be it for today. We'll stop there. The next story we'll have for Friday's show.
Okay.
I think it's a good Friday show story.
Okay.
I guess we let everybody know that we're going into crosstalk. This is the segment where we combine two shows, the cast of two shows, me and Randy on another show. So it will be Rakai coming in, and we'll be discussing what we're talking about in binge worthy tonight. Shout out to Digital Click for helping us with all our marketing needs and our marketing support, and shout out to Roddy for being our technical producer and actually chiming in tonight.
I think the bomb come up first, the background.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Hey man, what's going on,
What's
Ricardo?
happening? What's going on?
Not much, not much.
Living the dream out here in these streets.
So Weta Digital's no more, Rakai. Unity killed them.
I know. I just I was just listening to you say that, man, and that is the saddest thing I've heard lately. But man, it seems like this recession and you know, whatever what's going on in the country is going on everywhere, and now it's finally for real affecting the tech sector.
Oh, it's been affecting the tech sector all year long. Companies have been cutting every left and right.
I know a lot of companies that have never cut people before are laying off people. So it's sad.
People are cutting left and right now. You know,
Yeah.
I heard there's a lot of silent cutting. Like you all probably don't see it in the news and whatnot, but it comes in on it's coming in on my LinkedIn feed where like, yo, I was at such and such and I just got let go of 250 of us are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
A lot of tech companies. Hey Dayla, how you doing?
What? Dayla's here?
Yeah, Dayla's here.
Hi, Dayla.
Oh my gosh, I binged it on Friday.
Did you?
You binged the whole entire thing on Friday?
Friday night, I came back from family and I was like, I'm tired. I'm gonna lay in my bed. Hey, I'll just watch the first episode. You know, episode 5. I'm like, fuck, I gotta sleep, but I need to see how this ends. So
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
For y'all that don't know, we're talking about Blue Eye Samurai. We're already reviewing it tonight for binge worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Centel's in. Hey, Centel.
Hey, yo, what's cracking,
up?
everybody? What's good?
Man, you got a whole cast of characters. I didn't know what coming
Right.
up.
I didn't even know they were coming. I didn't even know they were showing up. Good. This is awesome.
You got a whole cast of characters tonight. Okay.
I put the bat signal in the air. I was like, we talk about Blue Eyed Samurai.
Hey. He threw his hat in there.
Nice. We got a whole cast of characters. This is pleasant.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god, the glasses. I can't wait.
Yeah, we could talk about that's something to talk about. Because that's a real thing. I didn't know that was a real thing.
What?
The glasses, tinted glasses.
As a way to hide your blue eyes.
Hide your blue eye.
Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a real thing,
Yeah.
people.
That was a real thing in Asia.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
I didn't know it was a real thing too. I thought it was something they made for the show. No, that's real.
You know what? Now here it is. I'm thinking that when it comes to stuff like that, I thought you knew all of that, Chuck. So
No, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I even knew
I didn't
that.
know.
I
don't
knew that.
I I don't know many blue-eyed Asian people. I know brown-eyed and amber-eyed Asian people. Not
well, I think that's just the history teacher in me. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got something that's not historical that I want to talk about really quick before we go over and crosstalk.
Okay.
Lionsgate is making a Naruto movie. What are your thoughts?
A movie? Oh, that's gonna be a disaster. There is no way you can compress all of Naruto into a movie. That's gonna be
talking. You guys.
God, it's gonna be horrible. Talking. It's gonna be terrible. Terrible.
No, here's the thing though. They're not gonna try to compress all of it into a movie, but they would try to pick whatever the first arc is.
You couldn't compress the first 10 episodes into a movie.
Well, I mean, and they may try to do something like that. I don't know. I think it would work, but if they try to do live action right now, the only people I have faith in to be able to pull it off, and faith is a strong word. Netflix surprised me. They did well with One Piece.
Yes, they did.
That
was a series.
It's not coming out. It's not out yet, but initial looks for Avatar: The Last Airbender look good so far, but they could always.
Those are series to not a movie.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't trust it to go the M. Night Shyamalan route.
Part.
A movie.
Stop speaking of this.
I'm so angry about that. They would really try to do that.
The biggest boy anime in the world outside of Dragon Ball.
It's the top 3.
Yes,
One Piece, DBZ, and Naruto is the big 3.
People took Dragon Ball out of and put Bleach in. Don't even.
Ain't no die. I'm gonna tell you this. Anybody that says that was born after the year 1990. If you were born in the 70s and 80s, there's no way in hell you're putting Bleach over DBZ as a classic. It's Mount Rushmore. Too. It's Mount Rushmore.
And actually, it's funny because my nephew, he said that he put in Bleach over Dragon Ball.
They put in Bleach over Dragon Ball.
And I want to say he was born in 90 or 91.
All right. Well, let's say 2000s.
Let me listen. You have no opinion about anything.
If you're under the age of 30, 25, let's say 25. If you're under the age of 25 and you're talking anything outside of the big 3, it's your youth showing.
Let me be honest. Naruto's not in my big 3. You know what's in my big 3? Robotech Macross is in my big 3.
Ooh.
Robotech Macross is in my big 3. Yeah, that's how I see. Yeah, get quiet.
I gave that the clap because Robotech was my initial into anime. I loved with the mechs. I loved Robotech, and most people don't know that Robotech was short lived, and then it went into Macross and
tripping
Evangelion.
Robotech was dope. It was, but it's not big 3. It's not big 3.
Man, Robotech, man.
See, Rodney.
I haven't seen it all.
Come on, man. There's segments of Gundam Wing that hit harder than Robotech. Come on now. Come on now. Let's not do that. There are segments of Gundam Wing that hit harder than Robotech.
There are segments. There are segments, but Robotech was badass.
Man, y'all about to make me take this sweater off and start flexing, boy.
We got another show to do.
Wait.
I'm about to turn the air conditioning on in a hot second, man. Y'all over here making me warm.
Wait. Was it Robotech that had the lady robot that had her breasts become rocket launchers?
Yes.
It was Robotech. That was,
yes.
Oh my gosh, that messed up my brain. I was like, the boobs do that?
Yes,
they do.
Yeah.
Yes, and we didn't see anything that innovative again until Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Are you ready, baby?
Yeah. But I ain't
Oh
gonna lie,
my gosh,
Robotech was a
Robotech.
mismatch of like 7 different series. They really
Mhm.
they really meshed it together in that.
Mhm.
It should have never existed the way what it
Mhm.
really was. But I just remember I saw that for the first time. And I was like, oh my
Mhm.
God, this is
Well,
amazing.
let's just chalk it up as the big three are what are, you know what I'm saying, universal worldwide appeal, and you can argue
That
over what
part.
those big three are. But I mean, as far as nostalgia, listen, you know, a lot of stuff from back in the day, Robocross, Battle of the Planets, Fist of the North Star, a lot of those are in my, you know,
Mhm.
pantheon
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
quality anime.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah. But
Naruto,
you know,
I'm getting through the first one. I haven't gotten to Shippuden yet.
here's something I find very interesting about the big three, and that is the complete influence of Toonami. Toonami is a big reason why we're even discussing the big three. If Toonami doesn't exist, our big three would probably look a lot different. It's because of the influence that Toonami had on just Western pop culture. So big hat tip to Toonami for even bringing it to the masses. Because for our OGs that had seen things before Toonami, it's a rare breed. Like those of us that know about it before then, we're very, very. It's not a lot of us, but the vast majority is the Toonami generation.
well, I had a you know, a video store that had a, you know, a bunch of wild stuff, and you know, so I saw some anime and probably some anime I shouldn't have seen. What the hell? This is
Legend of the
Legend of
Overfiend.
Overfiend.
Yeah.
Muratsuki Doji.
Yo,
Yes.
your eyes like this. You're like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
I used to watch that with my high school girlfriend. My high school boo.
You was a freak early. Okay.
I had it in 9th grade.
Yeah, you like let's try that. Why grow?
I had it in 8th grade. 8th grade, I dubbed it at Leestown for everybody.
Yeah, see, and that's the problem. He's like, oh, okay, so it goes in
Your brother
every hole.
didn't want to
Okay.
watch it. He's like, I want to see that mess. Like, man, watch this with a woman, boy. Changes everything.
He didn't know what he was doing back then.
Testicle penises everywhere.
You end up on somebody's predator list. You better chill out with that.
that was the 90s. It was a different time.
It was a different time.
Right? Everything you got in the 90s catching up to everybody. So be quiet. Don't get yourself in trouble.
Right?
Yeah,
The statutes of limitations are
Yeah.
Hey, they over last Friday, according to New York law. It's
don't
over
get yourself in trouble, son.
Better chill out.
Y'all stand around out here looking like P. Diddy, out here looking like Brother Love.
Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble. That's all I'm saying.
But not the early aughts, right?
Yeah. Oh man. So for you all that didn't know, we're covering Blue Eye Samurai tonight. Netflix's Blue Eye Samurai, which is an anime series. It's not an anime series.
It's technically not anime. Technically
not anime.
Yeah.
It's an animation series. And we'll be back in like 5 minutes. We'll be back at 8:15, 11:15 Eastern Pacific Standard Time, 8:15 Pacific Standard Time, 11:15 Eastern Standard Time, and if it's some other time in between, you figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.
Peace.